Hi everybody. So what I have here is the new planner that I will be switching from Hobonichi to, and it is the Jibun TECHO by Kokuyu in the Biz option with the red cover. I just got this today. Pretty excited to kind of find out how I like this planner. I don't think I'll be able to use this until December because I think that the first monthly is December, but I really just want to kind of look and see what's inside and see how the whole system would work. I think I can start on some of the other parts that I wanted to do with this planner, like the notebooks, but as far as the actual planning, that's going to have to hold off until the start of this 2019. So I ordered this from Jet Pants, which I was really pleased with because they did a really good job of packaging this. I'm always really afraid of how they package stationery because a lot of times the the books get really bent in the packaging and in the delivery process, but this was perfectly packaged, double bubble wrapped with cardboards on both sides. So I was really pleased with that. I also ordered these window memos. I wanted to try these. And these are actually really interesting because they look like tracing paper. So they are pretty clear. And so I am going to see how I can use these in my planners. See how clear they are. But yeah, so that's one thing to kind of check out. So the Jibun TECHO comes like this, and I don't know, a lot of you guys have probably heard of the Jibun TECHO. It's sort of the up and coming popular planner, not as old as the Hobonichis, but gaining a lot of popularity because of the ability for it to have multiple options. So this is in the Biz format. There is another one which is the original, looks a little bit different, has a different type of paper. The original actually has the Tomo River paper, but this one doesn't, but has a different type of paper, which I'm curious to kind of see how that feels. I really like the Tomo River paper from the Hobonichi planners, so I want to see how this holds up. The reviews that I have read and I've looked at said that it holds up pretty okay. So this is a beautiful deep red color. I really like it. It's matted. It's not shiny at all. It looks pretty much how it looks on the screen. It has a little pocket in the front, which is really great. It is made of I think this is polyurethane, but doesn't feel terrible. Wonder how it smells. It does have a little bit of that chemical smell, but doesn't bother me too much. Besides, it's 2019. So yeah, this is the A5. I think it's the A5 Slim. I can't remember. But yes, they only come in two sizes. There's an A5 and then a B5 Slim. I opted for the A5 mainly because I really need a bigger planner because I have a lot of things that I have to put in there, and it's just easier for me to write things down. So let's see. So it does come with really cool options. So it has these, where you can slip in cards that you commonly use. That's really nice. The actual planner itself is black. So I kind of want to see what this looks like. Okay, I'm also interested in whether or not I should get a, looks like it's black in there. Get a different cover, like a clear cover instead of the red, but I think I'm going to keep the red for now because it does look really nice. Pretty, again, like the Hobonichi, has a really sturdy front and back. And then it goes into the actual planner itself. Again, all in Japanese with some English, so that's nice. Oh, this is really cool. I really like this because they give you some examples of how to best utilize this planner, and I love examples because you know, there's just, you can never think of everything yourself. And so this kind of pulls together different ideas. And even though it's in Japanese, I know that JetPens translated this into English, and I'm going to be checking that out to see how they utilize this weekly pages for this planner. I actually like the paper. The paper is actually, I feel it's a lot smoother than the Tomo River paper. Pretty thick too. I think maybe a little bit thicker, but I'll have to compare. Again, 2019 has a 2018 and then 2020 calendars. This, similar to the Hobonichi, where it does have the dates. So this is I'm probably going to use this for important dates. So birthdays, weddings, events, and things like that. And then it looks, it has an age chart. I wonder what that's for. I'm going to have to go look into that. And I'll have to look and see what these means. Money plan, self-explanatory there. And then it starts with the weekly. So it jumps right into the weekly portion, which is kind of nice. It doesn't really waste a lot of paper. I kind of like that. So the reason why I chose the Biz is I really like the more monotonous color instead of the different types of colors. And so like here you have same columns as you see in the Hobonichi, I think also the same size. And then you just have a really long to-do list area here that's also open for other things. And then it looks like here it's also open for other things that you want to use it for. That's really, really nice. The way this looks is really nice. Okay, so this looks like it's an example weekly plan, because then it goes into other pages that are a little bit different. I like the way that the weekly plan is laid out. It's a full 24 hours, 0 to 24. And then it looks like some parts are marked off darker and then others that are lighter. I think in the original it means that it's sunrise and sunset. So I don't know if that's the same case with the Biz. So I'll have to see how it looks as the weeks go on. But I really like the simplicity of this. It does already have it sort of partitioned, which is nice. I do that already with my Jibun TECHO. So I'm kind of curious how to see how I'm gonna utilize this. It just does a lot of things that I would have to do myself, which is really nice. Saves me a lot of time. So sorry about that, guys. Had to take a little quick break. Had to take care of the kids for a little bit. But so where was I? So this is a page with just the map of Japan. It looks really nice. I think that, you know, if I lived in Japan and were Japanese, this would be, I would find this extremely helpful just to kind of, you know, look at where things are and mark the places that maybe I visited. And then the next page is just favorite phrases. I really like this page, because I love to collect quotes from people. And so this is a really nice page to just kind of have them all here. So that was a nice surprise. Okay, and then the next one is, it's a recommendation list, which is really nice too, because you really can just kind of, you know, jot down everything, and then you can sort of mark it off as you go along. So this could be anything. This could be, you know, places that you want to visit, books you want to check out, videos, TV shows, whatnot. There's also a book list, and it just tells you, you know, did you like it? You didn't like it? I'll have to see what these headers mean so that I can have a better idea of what I need to put in here, but that's also really nice. And then a movie list, same concept as the book list. Gifts received, this is really nice because then you can keep track of, you know, who you need to send out thank you cards to. I'm really terrible at that, and so this is super helpful. And then there's also promise list, which is, this is really interesting. So I'd probably say, you know, I promise to call someone, and then you just check it out that you did do it. So that's really nice. Holds people accountable. And then there's also this page, which I think is pretty similar to, I'll have to see what this is, because this seems almost the same concept as something like the one that I saw in the beginning, which was this page. So I'll have to kind of see how people use this. And then it kind of goes through all of the months. It might be a good habit tracker, I think. You know, you could put your habits here, and then you could see whether or not you did them on those days. So that might be a really good place to do that. And it goes through all of the months, which is really super nice. Okay, so now we're in the monthly part of the book, and this is really nice. I would say that it's not as big as the Hobonichi. The squares in the Hobonichi are maybe about the same size, but their numbers are not as big. It doesn't take up that much space. This is kind of cute that it has the different, you know, emoticons that you could designate whether it was a good day, a bad day, or an ed day. And then it also has checklists on the bottom, so it really is nice. It does a nice job of making sure that all the spaces and everything on the page is utilized, which is really, really cool, because I always struggle with what to do with these parts, and I want to make sure that I'm maximizing my space and I'm not wasting, and this just kind of really structures it really nicely. I noticed that there are some dates that are shaded, so of course Christmas, and the weekends are all shaded, and there's also this, and I think these are Japanese holidays. They may not really pertain to American holidays, but it doesn't really bother me. Part of the reason why I actually got the biz was that because there's less color, the holidays aren't as obvious. I noticed that in the original they were a lot brighter, and to me it just looked a little bit more cleaner, and the numbers don't have that, has a very different look. It was more simple, so that's sort of the reason why I went with the biz instead of the original. But yeah, so this is just all monthly pages, same as the Hobonichi. They all sort of fall within the same area of the book. Yeah, it's really nice. The feel of the paper is the same. It's really super nice. And then it gets into the weekly parts, and it looks to me like the very first week is the last week of November. So from the 26th of November to the 2nd of December. So that's where I'm going to start this planner. So until then, I'm going to be working on in the Hobonichi, and then we'll switch once December hits. So I've got about 2 months left on the Hobonichi, and then I'll start with the Jibun TECHO. But yeah, so the rest of it is really all weeks, which is really nice because it's all there and it's compact. It does have a couple of pages in the back with just graphing style paper. Not that many, but good enough. At least more than the one that I usually get with the Hobonichi. And then it has a looking back. This is really nice. Looks like it goes through all of the months. Kind of gives you an idea of like, how did that month go? How was everything? Was it memorable? And then has some personal data, again, Japanese, so I need to look up what these things mean. Hopefully Japanese has the translation. I'm not quite sure what would this indicate. And then that's pretty much it. And that's the back. It has a little bit of a slip here where you can stick some things in. There is a pen loop, which is really nice. Probably not going to use that. I don't really use it because I bring all my pens with me for the most part, or at least have one pen with me. But so that's the actual book itself.